Counter-Strike Condition Zero was Valve's attempt to work with third parties and create a single-player Counter-Strike experience for those that didn't have excellent internet access back in the very early 2000s. Announced in Computer Gaming World back in the year 2000, this was originally going to be Rogue Entertainment's own single-player campaign added into the Counter-Strike universe. Rogue Entertainment was responsible for games such as the Doom Engine's Strife and American McGee's Alice. Unfortunately, some internal politics at Rogue, some changing of executives caused Gabe Newell specifically to cancel the project, or at least take the project away from Rogue and effectively kill Rogue Entertainment. This led to Counter-Strike Condition Zero changing hands 4 more times until it finally saw release in 2003. There's a whole video I did years ago on the topic that's fantastic. Check out the card or in the description after you're done watching this one. Turtle Rock Studios, the company that is now known for Left 4 Dead and for a very short period of time being called Valve South, had their hands on Counter-Strike Condition Zero, and in fact were the company that ended up shipping the game. While they had their hands on Condition Zero, while they were working with the new bot tech that was being developed specifically for Condition Zero to allow for a Counter-Strike experience to truly exist on a computer with limited or no internet access, a new game mode was being hatched up called Terror, or Terror Strike. This game mode had a small T team fighting against an ever-respawning and very large melee-only CT wave. In order to be able to get to the middle of whatever map they were playing, plant the bomb, defend the bomb, and then clear out the map of all CTs. This game mode had more flourishes, such as added sound effects for these melee-only bots, making them sound more animalistic than human. They were supposed to be zombies. Terror Strike was what eventually led to Left 4 Dead. There is a really crazy and cool story to tell that I might tell one day, but to sum it up, Chet Falasek, one of the lead writers at Valve Software for many years, saw Terror Strike, saw the potential in it, and asked Gabe Newell if he could move down to California for a while and work on honing in that concept. That later turned into Left 4 Dead, and the story is history. But Terror Strike is an interesting enigma, because it actually had quite a bit of development behind it. It started on Counter-Strike Condition Zero. It started as a mod that laid on top of Counter-Strike Condition Zero, but it did move to Counter-Strike Source before Valve really did step in. Nothing playable from Terror Strike has ever survived until today. A while ago, back in January, there were some massive leaks in the Valve Cut content community. To summarize what happened, an individual within the community manipulated another individual that had access to the development repository officially, and through that manipulation was able to convince this other person to give them everything that they had from the server, and then they leaked everything onto the internet. Okay, within the leaks included the map sources for Counter-Strike Source. Map sources, by the way, are the raw save files used in the level editor that Valve themselves was using to create all the different levels for their games. So you're able to take those sources, open them up in the level editor as if you were working on them, and see everything that the developer was seeing, giving full control over the map and everything that was even cut from the map that still exists within the save file. All of these maps were pretty understandable. There were quite a few cut levels from Counter-Strike Source in particular. One of those levels seemed to stand out as it didn't have a game mode prefix. All Counter-Strike maps, or all pretty much Valve multiplayer maps now that I think about it, have a prefix and then the level name. The prefix denotes the game mode, so something like HR is hostage rescue, CS is bomb defusal, in Team Fortress 2, Koth is king of the hill, CTF is capture the flag, etc. This map didn't have it and was just called Zombie City, and it was a very basic, untextured brushwork of a city environment with a bomb site in the middle and many different random counter-terrorist spawns. You probably guessed it by now. This map was what was used as the testbed for Terror Strike. But if you know what you're looking at, just looking at the level design work makes it very painfully obvious that this was ported wholesale from the Half-Life 1 engine. But that's all we had for most of this year, until the Half-Life 25th anniversary update. You see, what happened was within all of the celebration of Half-Life's 25th, Valve inadvertently broke pretty much everything that runs on the Half-Life 1 engine that wasn't Half-Life 1. The engine level changes that were taking place were too huge for old software to be able to just function right out of the box. So Valve has actually taken it upon themselves to fix quite a few of these issues, allowing Counter-Strike 1.6, Team Fortress Classic, Ricochet, all the expansion packs to be able to boot and function properly. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're fixing all of the mods. In fact, they're telling people just to switch to the old version of the game if they want to play old mods, but somebody made a mistake. While compiling new versions of these Half-Life 1 engine games, in order to allow them to play on the 25th anniversary update, somebody forgot to turn off the Terror Strike code. So now we have functional libraries, DLLs, or the actual files that run the engine from the original build of Terror Strike that Valve had on their servers. Running those DLLs with a backported version of the map that leaked back in January, and, you know, fixing things up, adding some sounds, making sure that the scripts trigger properly, allows you to play it. Straight up, allows you to play the original prototype of Left 4 Dead called Terror Strike from circa 2003. Gaming history right here. You can play with a group of friends on a server and fight non-stop respawning waves of CT bots in order to try and complete the mission, which is to plant the bomb in the middle of the site, defend the bomb, because the zombies can actually defuse the bomb, and then once the bomb goes off, you have to remove the remaining CTs. Once the bomb is planted, CTs can no longer respawn, but all of them will respawn. The horde happens. You have to remove the horde and defend the bomb. There's a lot of differences, but the interesting thing here is that nothing is technically new. It's more just parameters built on top of condition 0. There aren't new entities per se. It's just changes in the bot AI code and changes in the game mode scripting. But it's all original, it's all here, and it's gaming history. Before you jump in, because there is a download link down in the description below in order to play this yourself, all you gotta do is install it like any other Half-Life 1 mod. Before you play, keep in mind that if you're gonna try and do this solo, it's nearly impossible. It seems as if this game was tuned for 4 skilled players at least. Buy modes are always active, night vision goggles are available for purchase, weapons kind of behave differently, the NPCs and the players have different sounds that they make based on the situation within the game mode. It's a really fun little game, and it's very obvious what Phalasek saw in this that led to Left 4 Dead finally really taking shape. Gaming preservation of prototypes and content, betas, alphas, all that is my single favorite thing. Period. It's just my favorite thing. So I love to see this happen. Again, as I said, links down in the description below for a workable build that people on the Valve Cut Content Discord on top of a friend of mine, C. Marty, were able to put together. And of course, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tyler McVicker, the Passionate Gamer. I hope you guys are having a great holiday season if you're American, or just a great day if you're not, and I'll talk to you all later. If you want to support these videos, check out my Patreon or Floatplane pages, and of course I stream all the time, twitch.tv/Tyler McVicker. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and hair grease. Adios.